Alright, it's the middle of April now, and today I'm going to be replacing this fishing line deer fence with electric fence wire. So I got a lot to do today, so I'm going to get to it. Okie dokie. Well, I got 3 new posts in, and I've put up black electric fence wire insulators the whole way around, because if I put up bright neon yellow ones, no one's going to touch the gate. So I put up black ones so that it doesn't obviously look like the fence is electrified, because it's not going to be, but I don't want people thinking that. Plus it would just look ugly. But anywho, that's done. I've got those at, oh lord, what's that? Probably, it's a 9-inch spacing for the first 3 sets, and then it jumps up to about a 10.5 to 11, and then I just put the last one all the way at the top rung, which kind of fluctuates between about 10 and 13 inches the whole way around. And now I'm going to string up electric fence wire. In order to do that, I have this contraption that I built specifically for this purpose, because I couldn't find anything that would just accept a standard roll of half-mile or quarter-mile electric fence wire. So I designed and engineered this whole thing just to do it, because it was such a pain in the neck doing this at my own house in my own garden, that I just went ahead and spent like 10 hours building this thing. But anywho, I have not actually used it before, so this will be exciting to see if this actually works. But yeah, if I was less ingenious and wiser, I probably would have just bought one of the plastic pre-made spoolers and then just stuck this on a big old nail in the side of a tree and just wrapped the entire spool onto the plastic spooler and then just use that. But I'm not those, so I did that. So anyway, hopefully that works. Lord, this wind. Better than the gnats at least. Well, actually, first I went and mowed everything and weeded everything. So now I'm not going to have to dig through the weeds to do all this. Alright, that took about 30 minutes to put up. My little contraption worked perfectly, and I've got these tensioners on here as well, so I can pull these all taut. But I'm just going to give these like 2 or 3 clicks just so that they lock in place and don't shift around, because I need to go up there and add tensioners, just tie some wire off to the top of the T-post and then over to the 2x4s, because otherwise when I pull all of this tight, those 2 poles over there are going to go like that, and they're going to pop all the monofilament that's still on there. And I still need to get some electric fence wire and tie them all off. So in order to do that, I need some fence staples, but all the fence staples are in one of the volunteers' car, because he put them there and then forgot about them, and they've just been there for like 5 months. So until he gets me those, I can't do that. But I am going to come over here and just give these guys, pull them out about 4 inches and just give them just 2 or 3 clicks, just so that they pull tight like that and don't shift around in the wind. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I have some old landscape fabric that I think I'm going to haul over here and just drop and make ready, and then that'll be ready when I show up with 62 cubic foot bags of cypress mulch and put that down. So that's my next step. Alright, excuse the wind, but we're back out in the Pollinator Garden. It is now the last week of May. Finally got out here to weed everything again. And yeah, it took Eleanor and I 3.5 hours, but we just finally weeded everything. It's the nicest it's ever looked out here. Additionally, I just realized that whenever I came out here and replaced that valve, I never turned the irrigation back on. So we've been in a drought for several months, and these plants have not been getting watered. So a little bit of some casualties going on. Mainly the hibiscus is barely hanging on alive. That one's dead. That one's probably dead. That one's still got some life left in it. Obedient plant croaked. I just put the new one in there. So yeah, oops, that's my bad. But anywho, it's back on now. And today we have, I put out that obedient plant after we weeded, and we just put in a whole bunch of butterfly weed. Actual butterfly weed this time. Threw out a couple blue mist flower seeds. I didn't have much. And I have some penstemon and Gara lindemarii or something, and I forget the penstemon. Gara, you got it there. Where's the penstemon? Penstemon's, there it is. Penstemon, small eye. So those are native enough. I'm going to throw them in here into the wetland bed. I think we're going to put the Gara up here and the penstemon right here. I'm just letting this Giardia and that frostweed colonize this bed because I have gaps, And yeah, oh, we also lost the scarlet hibiscus, and none of the landsleep coreopsis came up. Additionally, none of the Guatemalan indigo came up, but the Caroline indigo right here is coming back up. So that's interesting. Don't know what I'm going to do about right here. That's kind of sucks that I don't have my coreopsis. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Same goes with these. I transplanted coreopsis in here, and only that one survived. And I transplanted rabbit tobacco over there, and none of that survived. So I'm letting this camphor, well, paracamphor weeds colonize in here to fill up that space. They'll do fine. And yeah, bit of a setback, but still gonna make progress. Gonna get these guys in the ground, and then today, hopefully, we are going to put down this landscape fabric in all the alleys and do a perimeter the whole way around. Get this done right here up at the front. Throw down some cypress mulch, and hopefully we'll have enough mulch left over that I can actually throw some in some of these beds to help fight the weeds. But we'll see. Half my day's gone already, so I'm going to get to it. Okie dokie. Well, I got all the landscape fabric down, but now it is inexplicably raining when it was not supposed to be. So yeah, good stopping point for today, I guess. Still got 2 hours, but I guess we'll just call it here. Go pit around, do a couple things. I'll go check the radar. I might be able to get stuff done, but looks like we're not going to get mulch done today, but we at least have the landscape fabric down. I made sure to route it underneath the irrigation lines wherever I have. I've got the irrigation running on a 2-hour cycle right now. It's about 30 minutes in. And yeah, much progress. Wish I could have got everything else done, mainly that, but such is life. We shall see. But yeah, that's current status. And about 15 minutes later, rain's gone. Such is life on the Sea Islands. Anywho, I guess I'll get to dumping mulch. Got an hour and a half to kill before I get to have beer, so might as well. I'm gonna have to do it later anyway, so. Yep. Alright, well, my plan is to try and make these 56 bags of mulch go as far as I can. I think they should cover about twice their area. So I'm thinking of just dropping one pretty much every 4 feet, pretty much. Got 56. I don't know what the square footage of this is. It's 4 foot by, did the math at one point. That's 38 bags to cover all of this. And then we'll probably need some more. It probably won't be perfect. And then we'll throw some down in there. And hopefully we're good. I don't think I'm going to mulch the plants today since I just put them in and weeded them and all that. Probably should, but we'll see how far I get. If I got plenty of time, I might do it. But yeah, should have about 18 bags left over. In which case, that's what, about 4 per bed. That should be maybe the perfect amount. We'll see. Okie dokie. We have dumped 40 bags of mulch and 1 extra little square of stuff up there underneath the irrigation, just to make my life a little bit easier. And yeah, got the rake out, and we're just gonna do some of this, and hopefully it's thick enough. Okie dokie. That's all spread out. It's damn near beer o'clock, so I think it's time to start packing it in. Had to put an extra bag per middle alley. Probably need to throw another bag out on each side just to catch the edges. I still have a bunch left. Not as much as I thought I would have, but plenty. I think I might do that before I finish up. Just sprinkle some out on the edge all the way around, try and get some overlap. And yeah, just try and, I guess I should probably have the fabric covered up the whole way. Otherwise it's just gonna run off anyway from water. But anywho, also I gotta deal with all that. That's all the weeds. So yeah, I'm gonna finish doing that. But yeah, that's it. We got mulch. So she's looking nice and proper and pretty right now. Alrighty, it is the 31st of May now, and it's been 5 days since I finished doing the cypress. It looks like all the mulch has settled sufficiently. We had Scotia rain, maybe an inch, and yeah, it hasn't drifted away. It's all settled down. It's compacted. It's nice, like how I want. Already have weeds coming up right through the holes in the landscape fabric. That's nice. And yeah, well, there's a thin spot, but Don't worry about that little guy. Plants are still alive. Oh, we've already got caterpillars on the sickle pot. Actually, no, I transplanted these. They're probably just shedding leaves. Butterfly weeds are still alive. That's good to see. See over here, still have the Gara. Well, the obedient plant is not obeying again. So the penstemon. It really doesn't like the heat. It's kind of root bound. It loves that water. I made sure to get as much of the hose on it as I could, but may not survive, which would suck because that was a $9 plant. But everything else appears to be doing great. Additionally, I just came out here with the ladder and I just adjusted that. I moved this thing over like a full 3 inches, maybe 2.5. Just because these 4x4s both warped like that. I don't know if you can see that. This one's way worse. And so that bowed this center section out, which then caused the gate to tip down and back out. So the latch was no longer working. So I just came in here, adjusted that so they're closer back together, and then just kind of bent those guys a little bit. And now we are still way lower than I want. The slide doesn't work because this thing rusted up, but yeah, it's to be expected. It's a latch. It works. Oops, I did that the other day. And yeah. So now the gate's back to working correctly because it was at the point where a strong gust would just open it, which was not good for keeping deer out. Deer did get in it at one point. And I also made this little guy, which I should have made a lot earlier. But I can just kind of jam up in there, keep the door open, because originally I had it balanced so that it would stay open when I opened it like that. But that was not a permanent solution. So that is. Now I can swing the gate open like that, and then when I'm carrying big bags of mulch, I don't have to keep kicking the door and bend the handle. And then when I want it done, just pop it out like that, swing this back around so some kid doesn't fish hook himself. Close the gate up, easy as pie. So yeah, I think I'm going to call the spring update here because it's June, and most places they consider the start of spring to be like June 21st. I consider the end of spring to be like the middle of May, because it's already in the 90s here. We don't have much of a spring. I mean, our spring starts in like February. But anywho, I digress. So yeah, that's the end of the spring update. So hopefully, other than having to, I think I might put mulch in these beds. I think, well, I'm kind of going to have to. I got a lot of mulch. Actually, I could use the mulch for another thing that we're about to do. So I'm still debating that. I think I'll put it on the beds. Mulch all this down, try and suppress the weeds. I've got some halosulfuron, some metsulfuron that I should be able to use to control the weeds more effectively. I should be able to spot spray with just that halosulfuron, which will significantly reduce my chances of overspray and should hopefully nuke the nutsedge down to the tuber, because at the moment anything you spray it with just kills the top, and maybe the first tuber, but it doesn't go into the whole, rhizome system, into the whole root system and spread to the other satellite tubers, which is annoying. But anywho, that's it for this. If you like what I'm doing here, how about giving the video a like, comment, tell me what some other replacement plants I should use in here. Or remember to keep in mind that this is the Low Country, South Carolina. We are like USDA 9A, 8B, so it's hot as sin. And if things have things like frost hours, or they don't like being cooked alive for half the year, then that ain't gonna do. Anywho, and if you want to see the rest of this series as I continue to improve this garden and perfect it over the time and get it mostly self-sustaining, smash that subscribe button. And until next time, Tom out.